Alright, we're on the draw again. I think that this is a keepable hand, especially our opponent mulligan is 6, but we're going to be able to get a turn 1 defense grid and then Ancestral Recall. Alright, opponent keeps at 6. Inventor's Fair. Alright, so I just started playing Dark Petition Storm this evening, and this is the third stacks or shops deck that I've run into in a row with 3 different players, so kind of interesting. We'll see how this game goes. So we don't have our black Mox. All right, so I think maybe I just run out all these mana rocks. They've only got 3 cards, and I can't really Thoughtseize. I think that's the best I can do for right now. Alright, so he's halfway there to the key combo. Alright, so let's see. We can spend 2 to get Mana Vault, and it's basically mana. It gives us 1 additional mana. I think we Ancestral Recall first. I'm actually going to cast that Mana Vault first, just so we don't have to tap our Underground Sea. So there's a Yawgmoth's Will. We have a Mox Jet and a library. So we'll run out the library. Mox Jet. So we could play Yawgmoth's Will, but then we won't have any mana to cast that Ancestral Recall. So I think that that's where we'll end it. Although I could Cabal Ritual. So Cabal Ritual. Nope, I actually can't because that Sphere of Resistance. So I think this is where we Thoughtseize. And Hedron Archive, huh? They're pretty far away from that. I think we're going to take that Python Needle. So they've got 2 Hedron Archives. They're not going to be able to do much with. We don't have enough mana to cast that defense grid, so I'm not going to worry about it. They're going to be gaining some life. It does kind of, if we're on the Storm kill, then it does kind of become a problem if they keep gaining life from that Inventor's Fair. But hopefully we'll tinker into a Blightsteel. I think we can spend a turn untapping that Mana Vault. So there's a Mind's Desire. We're probably not going to be able to do that for much anytime soon. And don't really know if there's a reason to run out this defense grid. Unless, of course, we draw like a Tolarian Academy and then it just contributes to an extra mana. I think that's fine. Alright, another Underground Sea. So we need 5 mana to Yawgmoth Skull and... No, so that's 4, 5, 6. We need 6 mana. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Could just try to draw ourselves out of here. It's not the best thing to be doing with Yawgmoth's Will, but I think with the Sphere of Resistance, we're not going to be able to do a ton with Yawgmoth's Will anyway, so I think it's just Ancestral in here is probably alright. So there's our Tinker. So next turn we'll go for a Blightsteel. And then this life gain from the Inventor's Fair doesn't really matter. And we can kind of use this defense grid that we don't really need to do it. So we could Vampiric Tutor here. I don't really know if there's anything we need if we're going to Tinker. Unless I guess it just makes sure that we don't draw into our Tinker. Or into our Blightsteel. So I'm fine not untapping that. And so what do we want to draw instead of Blightsteel? Probably Tolarian Academy. Always yield to that. Play Tolarian. Then we'll just go ahead and Tinker here. I guess I'm not going to be doing anything too crazy with that Tolarian Academy, so... Go ahead and Tinker for... I think we can get rid of a Mox. I mean, I don't know what they're playing. I mean, they're not running any counter magic. So go ahead and get rid of that. Go for Blightsteel. And I guess we can get Taxian Probe now. Just use up that mana. Just kind of see what we're working with. So Time Vault combo. So they're not going to have enough mana to do anything. Yeah, so I think we're still safe. We could run out this Necropentance. We'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, we don't have the third. I mean, we could Cabal Ritual into it. I do like that, actually. So we'll go ahead and like leave it at 5. Get rid of a bunch of... Wow. There's really not a whole lot good there. So let's get rid of some of these redundant lands. So I think they're probably just locked out of their own game. Oh my goodness. What a draw. Alright, so, yeah, I think I'm just dead here. We will begin sideboarding. Bring in some Hurkyl's Recalls. A couple of Abrupt Decays. Don't need these defense grids. Getting pretty practiced at boarding for this matchup. I think Mind's Desire's out. And the Time Walk, I think. Definitely want to play first. Got a turn 1 Tinker. Seems pretty good. So let's see if they can, I mean, if they have like a turn 1 ensnaring bridge, that'd be pretty bad for us. We're kind of all in on this Blightsteel plan right now. But we do have the Hurkyl's Recall. So I guess that still probably wouldn't be the worst thing. Krakus doesn't really do anything for him. So we got Painter's Servant. Alright. What kind of madness is this? So I think that it's basically just a blocker for the Blightsteel. But we're going to be able to Hurkyl's.
Right now, Lowe's has great deals on organizational items, like 25% off 18-gallon storage totes. Plus, get 50% off select.
Swinging for lethal. Sweet. Okay, so we saw Painter's Servant, which is interesting. Don't really know if that changes our plan at all. No, I don't think so. Go ahead and keep. Can't keep this. Let's see if they mulligan too. So they decided to keep after a little while. Well, that's a lot of mana. Oh man. I think against a shop stack I'm just going to keep. All that mana might come in handy. Let's see, Dark Petition. I'm going to put that on top. It's going to let us search for Tinker. So that's pretty rough. So hopefully we'll draw into one of our Hurkyl's Recalls. So that's not what we want to see. I think it'll probably be pretty bad for us. I'm trying to think of what they would search up. I mean, they could search up an Ensnaring Bridge, but I feel like they probably know that we run the Hurkyl's Recalls, so that's really not that great of a game plan. So maybe some more Thorn effects. So Voltaic Key, there's that too. Yeah, so I'm just kind of taking wild stabs in the dark here, if you can't tell. Kind of an interesting deck. So there's the Hurkyl's Recall. So do I play all this out now? I mean, they'll have to spend the mana again for the Voltaic Key. They're short land. I think I'm okay waiting a turn to see if they play any more artifacts. And we're not going to get blown up by the Voltaic Key combo. So I think it's just worth waiting. We can be patient. I really want to get Spell Mastery for this Dark Petition. So there's that Painter's Servant again. I think that's fine. Let them spend their mana. So there's Tolarian Academy. Again, I think I'm just content waiting. I haven't seen anything yet that I'm going to die to immediately with all that on the board. They are up to 2 mana now. Obviously, they cast that Painter's Servant. That's fine. So plenty of mana. Thorn's kind of just hurting them as much as it's hurting us. So that's fine. That's a pretty slow clock. We've got a lot of life to work with. Just keep drawing land. I suppose I could hold on to these in case I draw like a library. But I think it's fine just running them out. So there's the Cabal Ritual. So if we get a Cabal Ritual in our graveyard this turn, no, so what we'll want to do is end of turn Hurkyl's Recall. So they're going to have to discard 4 cards. And then on our turn, we can Dark Petition for a Tinker. And probably convert this Mox Pearl or Lotus Petal. Probably the Lotus Petal. Go ahead and Mana Vault. Do we need a Mana Vault? No, I think we play Soul Ring. And then Academy. Dark Petition. I should play those out before Academy. That was potentially a big mistake. I'm gonna hold on to these just in case I have like this doesn't work and I need to Storm for some reason. Maybe that's a bad call. Probably should have tapped it for mana first. Alright, so let's see what they can do with 1 mana. Up to there, they could probably get a Mox Opal out. We know they have a Chalice they can play for 0. Ah man, which is why I should have played this Black Lotus last turn. So I'm making all sorts of mistakes, but I think this is a strong enough line that hopefully it won't matter. Great.